After the first king, Narmer, forged a unified Egypt from two warring lands, a question echoed across the vast desert: who would rise to truly shape this fledgling empire? Who had the strength to hold together a kingdom born from conflict? The shadow of the Great Pyramids was not yet cast, but the foundations of a civilization that would last for millennia were being laid. One man, whose name means fighting hawk, would answer the call. This is the story of Hor-Aha. The unification of Egypt under Narmer was a monumental achievement, a moment etched in stone on the famous Narmer palette. But victory in battle is one thing, building a lasting peace is another. The newly formed kingdom was a fragile entity. Old loyalties to the separate crowns of Upper and Lower Egypt lingered like ghosts in the desert wind. Rival factions plotted in the shadows, and the vast, untamed borders were a constant source of threat. The land of the Nile, though fertile and promising, was a crucible of tension. It needed a leader not just to rule, but to build, to unify not just the land, but the very soul of its people. The stage was set for a new kind of pharaoh, one who could turn a conquest into a culture. From the heart of this volatile new world emerged Hor-Aha. Believed to be the son of the legendary Narmer himself, he was born into the dawn of a dynasty. His royal lineage placed him at the center of power, but it was his own ambition and strategic genius that would define his reign. From a young age, he would have learned the arts of war and governance, watching his father tame a divided land. We can imagine a young prince poring over maps of the Nile Valley, not as separate territories, but as one contiguous empire. He saw the threats from the Nubians to the south and the Libyans to the west. He understood that to hold Egypt, he couldn't just defend it, he had to define it. His mind was a battlefield of strategy, preparing armies, planning fortifications, and envisioning a future where the two lands of Egypt were truly one, under one god-king, under his rule. Ascending to the throne, Hor-Aha's vision began to take shape. His first priority was security. The borders, porous and threatened, had to be sealed. He led military campaigns, pushing back against rival claimants and foreign tribes who sought to test the strength of the new kingdom. The image of the pharaoh as a mighty warrior, smiting his enemies, was a powerful tool of propaganda that Hor-Aha wielded masterfully. But his true genius lay in administration. He understood that an army alone could not hold a kingdom together. He established one of the world's first great capitals at Memphis, strategically located at the junction of Upper and Lower Egypt, a symbolic and practical center of his authority. From here, he organized a bureaucracy to manage the country's resources, collect taxes, and oversee vast construction projects. The royal scepter he held was not just a symbol of power, but of order, of a new, organized world emerging from the chaos of the old. While his father had united the land, Hor-Aha sought to unite the heavens. He knew that a shared culture and religion were the strongest glue for his kingdom. He was a great patron of the arts and religion, initiating the construction of temples dedicated to the gods, most notably a shrine to the goddess Neith at Sais in the Nile Delta. This was a shrewd political move, honoring the deities of Lower Egypt and showing that he was a king for all people, not just his southern kin. Under his reign, the intricate system of hieroglyphic writing was further developed, not just for record-keeping, but for sacred texts, solidifying a common cultural and spiritual language. He presided over grand religious festivals, ancient ceremonies that reinforced the divine nature of his kingship and the cosmic order he represented. In these moments, under the golden Egyptian sun, he wasn't just a king. He was the living link between the gods and the people, the high priest of a unified faith. Hor-Aha's reign, though shrouded in the mists of early history, was a pivotal moment. He took the raw, powerful act of unification and tempered it with administration, culture, and faith. He transformed a military victory into a functioning state. The systems he put in place, the capital he founded, and the traditions he strengthened would become the blueprint for all the great pharaohs who followed, from Khufu to Ramesses the Great. His tomb at Abydos, part of the first royal necropolis, stands as a testament to his importance, a resting place for the king who truly built the kingdom. His legacy is not just in the artifacts he left behind, but in the very endurance of ancient Egypt itself. He laid the foundations upon which an entire civilization would be built. But as one great reign ends, another begins. What secrets did Hor-Aha pass on? What challenges did he leave for the pharaohs who would inherit his throne? The story of Hor-Aha is a reminder that history is built not just by conquerors, but by builders. The sands of time may have covered much of his world, but the echo of the fighting hawk still resonates through the ages. Discover more secrets of ancient Egypt. Subscribe for our next episode as we continue to journey back in time.